She watches E, she's got a small dog, and she's facing feelings of frustration. She could be my future wife.
It's time for the New Media Stew Movie in a Minute review with John Basedow.
And we are back with the New Media Stew movie review. John Basedow.
Fran Capo.
We saw Young Adult starring Charlize Theron.
The whole movie is about this woman who's a young adult writer, and she goes back to her town to try to get her happily married ex-boyfriend to fall back in love with her.
Buddy Slade and I are meant to be together, and I'm here to get him back.
I'm pretty sure he's married with a kid on the way.
No, kid's here. I'm cool with it. I mean, I've got baggage too.
That's just Poe judgment, what she was trying to do. She drinks like a fish, she's got a lot of issues.
I would keep all of this to yourself. I would find a therapist.
She is walking around with a constant look of disgust mixed with disillusionment and discontent throughout the entire movie. And it cracked my ass up.
People were laughing from the opening line. Did you notice that? A lot of sight gigs.
You know what? Oh my God.
She puts the bag on the hotel counter, and the lady's like, "Oh, you have a dog in there?" And the thing's like moving, it's growling. You know, this dog in it. And she goes, "No, no."
Is that a dog in your bag? Nope. We actually allow small pets with a cleaning deposit.
Just because I have a small dog in my vehicle.
And it was a perky-ass Pomeranian, too, so that was a cute one.
The writer, Diablo Cody, she actually spent a couple of years in Minnesota, and when she went back to think of another idea, a new idea for a story, she actually read a little tidbit in a paper about a girl who was in high school who years later came back to that town to actually try to get her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, you gotta be kidding, this was based on a true story?
This was based on a true story.
I'm giving it 2.5 stew pots. Number 1, for the delusional dingbat, Charlize Theron, Mavis Gary, who is hysterical.
You going to a rock concert with an old flame?
Let's show him what he's been missing.
No, he's seen me recently. He knows. But his wife hasn't seen me in a while, so.
Number 2, for freaking funny moments, and there are a lot of them in this movie.
You move back, or?
Of course not. Gross.
The half stew pot there, for the 2.5 stew pots, is for the perky Pomeranian. You put a perky Pomeranian in a movie, I am going to always give it at least a half a stew pot. You get, even if your movie sucks and I fall asleep during it, you get a half just for the perky Pomeranian.
Anything with an animal gets at least a half.
Inspired by Young Adult, yet tell us about your sloppy seconds. And until the next time we see you at the theater, Stew Crew, much love and respect.
Hey, I'm Justine, and you are watching the New Media Stew with John Basedow. Get chunked!
That's my girl, right there.
You gonna do it?